Here's my souvenir. I'm sure some of you guys saw me there. But I just wanted to clear some things up because I see a lot of left-leaning social media content creators out there spreading all kinds of misinformation and disinformation and whatever they want to say. But the thing is, it was well organized. Going to the parking lot, parking, getting on the shuttles, going to the event, going up into the actual rally. They had food vendors, they had free water, they had bags of ice, pretty much everything you need. Good bathrooms, good police presence. It seemed like it was very well organized. Now, the thing is, when we were coming into the event, the most common shuttle was a school bus. And I think it was organization called First Student. I remember seeing that on the bus. I got videos of it. I'm gonna make a video of the whole thing. But the thing is, when it was time to leave, that's when chaos ensued. That's when people started rushing past the organizers, and they started pushing past the lines that they had set up to get on the buses. Now, I was one of those people, but I've been to multiple Trump rallies, and I've watched pretty much all the important rallies, and I know when he's leading up to the end of the rally. So I was like, hey, Pops, it's time to go. I took my dad to the rally. So the thing is, I knew it was coming to an end. I knew it was going to be chaos. Because the thing is, they only planned for 30,000 people at that event, and turned out to be like 70,000 and another 30,000 outside of the venue that couldn't come in because they capped it. But I knew it was going to be chaos. So I was like, hey, it's time to go. So there was already a big line waiting for the buses. And I was like, this is not going to work out well. So I told my dad, hey, let's go walk to the corner. We went to walk out of the street that it was on, and they said, hey, no pedestrians are allowed to walk on the roads. You have to take the shuttles. And then I saw there was so many people trying to get on a bus when they had 3 different buses. They had a red bus, yellow bus, green bus. And the color wristband you had was associated with what parking lot you were going to. So the thing is, we were in the red lot, so we had red wristbands. And I would see a bus come with a red placard, and all of a sudden, people with green wristbands and yellow wristbands would start running onto the red bus. So all of a sudden, it became chaos because people did not follow the rules. They did not go on the bus they were supposed to go on. So all of a sudden, where these buses were organized to go to a certain parking lot with a certain group of people that had their cars there, now they had buses filling with people from other parking lots. So all of a sudden, now the bus that was supposed to go to the red lot now has to go drop people off at the yellow lot and the green lot. So the chaos happened because people started rushing onto the buses. They had no courtesy. They had no care. Yeah, I mean, it's California. People, they only care about themselves. I'll say that 100%. There are good people, but the way we are programmed here in California is, look at our traffic. It's people always just trying to get in front of one person, and that's what was happening at the Trump rally. So what happened was, everyone was trying to get on a red bus when they weren't supposed to be in that bus. So now that the bus is full and they go to the red lot, now all of a sudden people on that bus aren't getting off, and they're saying, I need to go to the yellow lot. And the poor bus drivers, 90% of them were Hispanic, very little English. Our bus driver barely spoke English. He would just go, yes, yes, yes. I'm like, Dad, he doesn't understand English. Like, quit asking him questions. So now they were told to go to one lot every time. Now they're being forced to go to the other lots. And it just became total chaos because the people just started rushing into these buses. So a lot of people think, I mean, the funniest thing I heard is content creators saying, oh, Donald Trump left his rally goers. Was Donald Trump driving buses? Was he organizing buses? No. I was there firsthand. Right here is my souvenir. I was at the rally. Behind me is a video of what it looked like when people were trying to get on the buses. And like I said, firsthand encounter, eyewitness testimony. We were given a colored wristband to get on a bus that was a certain color. And we had people from other parking lots jumping onto one bus, which all of a sudden screwed up everything because now the bus is full of 3 different parking lots and the poor bus driver's only supposed to go to one. So now that bus driver has to go to 3 different parts of town. Do you guys understand what happened here? But just take a look for a second. Like, everyone was trying to leave the rally. Like I said, there was only supposed to be about 30,000 people. And it turned out to be about 100,000 in total. Now, when I got there, I was probably one of the last 400 people to get on the shuttles to go to the rally. And then they shut the gates, and there were still mile-long cars waiting to get into the parking lot, but all the parking lots filled up. So they're like, hey, no more buses. So there was still probably another 20,000 people in Coachella that wanted to go to the rally, but they couldn't. It got capped off. I guess the city council of Coachella said, hey, you could have this many people, no more. So sadly, a lot more people came to Coachella to go to this rally, but the thing is, the city of Coachella said, hey, you could only have this many people. So the biggest chaos you're seeing right here is you'll see people hold up their wristbands, and you'll see different colored wristbands. And where this all went to shit is people that did not care. They were jumping on a bus they shouldn't have been on, and then the poor bus driver had to drive to 3 different parking lots that he never went to all day. He didn't know where he was going. So literally, these California Trump supporters bum rushed the buses and hijacked it and made the poor bus driver go to locations he wasn't supposed to go to, which caused the cycle time of the buses to quadruple. They were going to 4 different parts of the city when they were only supposed to be going back and forth to one lot the whole time. So if you see any bullshit on the internet, just understand they're trying to stir some shit. They're trying to cause some problems. The reason this was a shit show is because the people were bum rushing the buses and getting on a bus they weren't supposed to. And it ended up being where people became so impatient they were jumping fences. I went back to get my grandfather because he walked to a casino that was a mile away. And as I'm driving there, there's just miles of people walking in all directions. So, whose fault is it? I'm going to say they should have stopped people at the gate. They should have had 3 separate lines at the gate saying, hey, red bus, green bus, yellow bus. Get in your line, no one's getting through. But like I said, these people just started pushing through the line, right through the organizers. People were screaming, hey, stay back, stay back. And all of a sudden, they all just bum rushed the road. This is the road right here. This is where the buses were supposed to be driving. And it got completely engulfed by rally goers. These people just took over the street the buses were supposed to be on. Like, it was utter chaos. Like, thousands and thousands of people in an area they're on a public road. They just took over a road. And they thought they were going to beat other people to the bus by doing this, which caused an utter collapse of what they had going on. But I'm going to tell you one thing, guys. It only took me 20 minutes to get on a bus, and I'll tell you how. I had a red wristband, which meant I needed to get on a red bus. So what I did was I saved a red background on my phone, and when I saw a red bus that was about, I would say, 500 feet away from where it was supposed to stop, you'll like this. I held up my phone with the red symbol on it, and I told the bus driver, stop here. And the guy stopped, opened the door, and I hopped on a bus with my dad. It gets better. That bus took us right to our parking lot. So after I left the rally, it took me 30 minutes to get back to my car. These people waited 3-4 hours. So I was innovative, okay? But beyond that, I got back to my car. I was ready to beat all the traffic. And then my grandfather calls me and says, "Hey, my ride left me. You need to come get me." I said, "Where are you?" He said, "Oh, I'm waiting for a bus." I went, "I just beat all these lemmings. I beat all these sheep right here. I'm back at my car ready to leave," and I knew it was going to be like 3 hours. So I just took my iPad Pro. I threw on a movie. I sat in the parking lot for like 2.5, 3 hours. And then on top of that, he didn't have his cell phone. So he was borrowing other people's cell phone to call me. And then after waiting 3 hours for my grandpa to finally get to the parking lot, he calls and said he gave up on the bus and he walked to a casino. And I was like, I am going to leave my grandfather in Coachella. I don't care. But my heart's big. So I say, okay, I'm going to the casino. And then he's like, okay, we are in front of the casino by the red lights. And I said, who's we? And he's like, oh, the people's phone I'm borrowing. I told him you would give them a ride to their car. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I just waited about 3.5, 4 hours to this point right here. And you want me to give other people rides? Like that whole time, I could have been picking up all these poor people and charging them $50, $100 for a ride to their car, and they would have paid it all day, every day, because I know I would. But instead, I sat in my car in the parking lot watching a movie, waiting for my grandpa. But anyways, I was able to give one person a ride to the parking lot, and he went back, he got his wife, and he gave a couple people a ride. So that was the experience of the Coachella Trump rally. And people are trying to say it's Trump's fault. First-hand testimony, I was there. The whole reason this went to shit because there was 3 different parking lots, people jumping on a bus they weren't supposed to be in. So the bus was mixed with 3 different locations where the bus was supposed to go to one place, back and forth, back and forth. The bus driver was only supposed to go to one lot, pick up people, go back. Now the thing is, it went to shit because all these people just jumped on random buses, and now that bus driver had to go to 4 different locations all around the city. Instead of being a 20-minute round trip, now it turned into an hour round trip. I hope you guys understand that. When you see all this bullshit that Trump abandoned his rally goers, no, it was the idiots at the rally doing shit they weren't supposed to do. Like I said, I hopped on a bus in less than 20 minutes after I left the stage. I got on a bus, I was at my car. Total of, I would say 30, 35 minutes from the second I said, okay, let's go. These people, they hopped on the wrong bus. They caused chaos to ensue. They were having that poor Hispanic bus driver drive 60-minute round trips when it's supposed to be maybe 35, 40 minutes. So I just wanted to clarify that. The Trump rally was badass. I had a blast. I had my grandfather there. I had like 3 neighbors. I had my dad. Like, it was a really cool rally. There was a lot of cool celebrities, senators, congressmen. Dennis Quaid was there. Grant Cardone. I would say Grant Cardone was probably one of my favorite speakers. He was not holding back. He was talking shit on all you loony lefties out there. I mean, I still love you even if you're voting for the political establishment that's been enslaving us for generations, but it was still funny to see Grant Cardone just talk shit. He was hilarious, but the rally was great. Free water. They had killer food trucks. They had shrimp tacos. They had kettle corn. They had tamales. They had craft beer. Like, it felt like a fair. Like, honestly, the Trump rallies I've been to in Arizona and Pennsylvania, completely different vibes. California was cool. But like I said, it all went to shit because all these people jumped on the wrong bus and screwed everything up. It wasn't the bus drivers. It wasn't the organizers. It definitely wasn't Trump, because I definitely didn't see Trump driving a bus. It was the people getting on the wrong bus, screwing everything up. But how you guys doing tonight? Yeah, here's someone say, you guys will come up with any excuse to cover for the orange man. Like I said, I was there personally, and the reason it went to shit is because a bus was dedicated to one parking lot. It goes there and back, picks up people, drops them off, picks up people, drops them off. All of a sudden, people from other parking lots start jumping on the wrong bus, and now that bus driver had to go to his lot and 3 different lots to go drop all these people off. So instead of taking a 30-minute round trip, now he's doing 30 minutes to each location. So it's like an hour round trip instead of 30 minutes. So now think of this, where they have like 5 buses for each parking lot. It was so organized going there. But now instead of the buses going to one spot, now they had buses mix matching. They're going all over the city. It was a shit show, 100%. And it would have ran perfectly if people had their colored wristbands and got on the bus with the same color. But they didn't. So you could try to make this Trump's fault, 100%. The left likes to pass the buck on to someone else, and their favorite person to blame shit on is Trump. Trump wasn't driving buses. Trump wasn't telling people what bus to get on. If you listen to this video right here, you could hear the cop saying, anyone with a red wristband or ADA, follow me. And all of a sudden, you'll see people with red wristbands follow him. But as soon as the bus door opens, they had people with yellow and green wristbands rushing on. Completely fucked everything up, guaranteed. This guy says, dude can't organize a rally and y'all want him to be president? You think he's organizing rallies? It's weird that he's held probably 250, 300 rallies. And none of them did this. When have you ever heard this? This 100% was an event. They did not expect to have a turnout like it did. The blue state of California had probably 120,000 people show up to that city to go show support. They were expecting 30,000 people. So you think this is Trump's fault? No. There was so much more support in California that they had no clue of how to deal with that many people. So that might hurt your feelings. That might make you feel a little upset, but usually the truth does upset people.
Other than that, we're on the road on the way home. That was intense. Later. And we'll see you.
Yeah, watch this guy. Watch him. Oh, he's got to drink a squirt. He's all worked up. I'll try to get a little more volume for you.
Okay. Everybody's showing they got red.
See? They're all got red wristbands. You see that? See if I could zoom in. See the red wristbands on the wrist? See, most people have red on the wrist right here. That means they're supposed to get on a bus that has a red square on the windshield. Now those people over there are saying that they got green wristbands.
Look on this camera. I'm filming everything on my phone, so we gotta get this sorted out. I figured it out. We'll get on the bus. That's insane. Really?
All right, so this right here is important. Listen.
Red line at 88 parking behind me. All other colors to the front. Yeah, thank you.
So he just said all red wristbands follow me and all other colors go to the front. Now, where it went south is they didn't listen to the instructions. They got on the wrong bus. And that caused the bus driver have to go to 3 different parking lots every time.
Oh my God.
There was literally thousands and thousands of people walking down the road. It was insane. If you're just hopping on, I was on a bus in 20 minutes. I skipped all this chaos.
5 months ago, I couldn't walk 50 feet.
But I was smart. I waited for a bus that had a red square on the windshield. I had a red wristband. I knew where I had to go. These idiots were getting on the wrong buses and screwing everything up.
Oh my God. What do we have to get to the...
So think of this, guys. You're taking city transportation. I'm pretty sure some of you lefties love that. But the thing is, if it says you're going to Chicago, but you want to go to Detroit, would you get on a Chicago bus? How bad would it screw up the transportation system if you were to get on a Chicago bus and then once you get to Chicago, you say, hey, I'm going to Detroit. And now they got to drive all the way to Detroit for you. That's going to screw up the whole speed of everything. So what went south at this rally is you were given a colored wristband and you were supposed to get on the same color bus. People got so impatient, they started bum rushing buses that weren't even the same color as their wristband. Once they were on the bus and the bus went to the lot it was supposed to go to, all of a sudden there was people still on the bus saying, hey, I need to go to the yellow lot. I need to go to the green lot. And the bus driver's like, shit, what do I do? So now that bus driver had to go to different locations he was not told to go to. So this debacle 100% lies in the hands of the Trump supporters. Plain and simple. You can't pass the buck on to anyone else unless you had people checking every single wristband, but they were not expecting 100,000 people to show up in California. His Butler rally was 105,000 people, and that was a memorial for Corey, which was my relative that got killed at the rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. Now, they probably expected a huge turnout for Pennsylvania, where he's doing his return to his speech where he got popped in the ear. In California, I don't think they were expecting that many people to show up. But that just shows what's happening in the political atmosphere and how many people are waking up to the bullshit story the media, the politicians, the celebrities keep trying to feed you. There is a great awakening happening in the United States right now. They saw that his 34 felonies and his $500 million fee he had to pay just got overturned. So you love calling him a felon, but it just got overturned in the appellate court. So his appeal, he won. He's no longer going to be a felon. He's no longer going to pay $500 million. He got his money back. So the same bullshit you've been believing for years, he colluded with Russia. Well, guess what? The guy that wrote the dossier saying all this shit, he got arrested for colluding with Russia. The intel agency, they all knew it was a lie, but they went with it. The media knew it was a lie. Hunter Biden's laptop. All you guys said that was Russian disinformation. After election, yep, that was Hunter Biden's laptop. All that stuff you saw was his. So just the BS stories they keep feeding you guys over and over again. You have to wake up you have to put a clown mask on and you have to pretend you like Kamala Harris. I know it stings. I know it hurts. I know you hate Trump. But the reason you hate Trump is because they fed you a boatload of bullshit. They've told you lies over and over again until you believed them, even though 99% of the things you got upset about turned out to be fake, debunked, or overturned. Let that sink in. He's no longer going to be a felon. It got taken to a panel of 5 judges. They overlooked the court case. They said there was no victims. The banks he was working with, he paid back with interest. There was no victims. So the felonies was literally a hit piece to interfere with the election of 2024. You guys have been duped. You've been played. You can't see through the bullshit, and you continue to trust these people. If you were to ask yourself 20 years ago, do you believe there's aliens? You would have laughed. You know how many people used to laugh at the idea of aliens? How many of you believe that there could be life somewhere else in the universe right now? The way you thought changed, right? So, what is there to say that the shit you're believing right now is going to change? Now, if you were given some future evidence where it shows, hey, Trump won in court. He's no longer a felon. He no longer has to pay $500 million. He goes and he appeals this SA where it was a civil lawsuit where some goonbat, this lady is insane. She's some fictional writer, like lives in the woods. Like, I wish I could show you pictures on here. But the lady that's accusing him of this was 50 years old at the time that she said this happened. She said it happened in a crowded shopping center in a changing room. You think Trump's going after some 50-year-old doombat? Like, you've been fed lie after lie after lie, and you're going to wake up to it all, but sadly, it might not be in time. By the time it sinks in and you realize what happened, it's going to be too late. And you're going to realize all the people that held this lie up were the ones that wanted you to vote for them. So they literally persuaded you. They brainwashed you. They controlled the way you think and feel to make you do something they want. That's why more and more people are waking up to Donald Trump. They're realizing he is no bullshit. He's straight up, this is who I am. Like it or you don't. Kamala Harris only reads off a teleprompter. She has speechwriters telling her what to say that will make certain people feel a certain way towards her. She'll change her accent. She's an actress. She's acting 100%. Trump is brutally honest to the point where you're like, oh my God, why did you say that, Trump? But it shows he is not on a script. He's not pretending to be someone he's not. He lets you see every part of him. The bad, the good, and the ugly. 100%. Kamala won't let you see the other two. She controls every interview. She only reads a teleprompter. She doesn't do press briefings. Everything has to be scripted, controlled, and edited. So the lie you're being led is manufactured. It's straight up a lie. So come over to the light side. Go get stuck at a rally and see what it's all about. That's all I gotta say. Meg says, I look really familiar. Were you at the rally? I was wearing the same hat. I wish I could see a profile picture of you, Meg. I'm in Southern California. You probably jumped with me. That's all I gotta say. I've taken like 4,000 people on skydives. I've had a lot of customers. you fan doesn't work. My fan works. I don't need my fan. But this big D man throwing up the clown emojis, brother, you're the one that wakes up and puts a clown mask on every day. Every day you say Kamala Harris is the best option for our country, you have to be crooked in the mind to believe that. She is not what I would want to run the country. I could understand, hey, maybe she's accomplished this and that, and she's a pretty sweet lady on TV. But I heard she's had the largest turnover of staff out of any politician. The people that have worked with her said she's horrible to work with. She's got an ego trip where they can't talk to her unless she's asked them something. She'll belittle them, yell at them, all this stuff. It's insane. Andrew, yeah, bro. I remember you. Yeah, I've been super busy with life. I've been taking my daughter on a lot of adventures. We went to some monster truck show. When was that? Friday? And then after that, I went to the Trump rally this Saturday. Then we went to the beach. And then we went to a big swimming pool. I just been busy, guys. It's been hard to hop on here. But we're probably taking a trip to northern Nevada to go to this cattle ranch. And we're probably going to go do some pew-pew. And we're going to go play with machines and go off-roading in Jeeps and side-by-sides and all kinds of crazy stuff. My buddy works at like one of the largest gold mines in Nevada. So I'm going to go check out the gold mine. Look at that big dog. Look at that big dog. What's up, big dog? Ah, those claws. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to document my experience going to the rally and try to clear up a lot of the dust that's in there right now. All these people saying that Trump abandoned people. No, there was adequate amount of buses. It was well organized. Everyone had water. There was food trucks. It was a good time up until it was time to leave. And then the people that were supposed to get on color-coordinated buses started getting on the wrong buses, causing the buses to have to go to 3 or 4 different parking lots. They fucked it all up. 100%. I was there. I witnessed it. I got a bus on the right colored bus in 20 minutes, and I was at my car in another 15 minutes. So it wasn't the buses, it wasn't the organization, it was the idiots getting on the wrong colored bus, causing it to all get fucked up. Plain and simple, that's how it went. And if you think Donald Trump was organizing buses or driving them, you're delusional. Anyways, for all my homies out there, love you, man. I gotta get ready for bed. Big day tomorrow. Talk to you later.